EastEnders spoilers: Keanu and Dennis are violently attacked in gang horror. Keanu Taylor was well-meaning in his efforts to protect Dennis from a local gang, but his plans backfired as Dennis and Keanu were brutally beaten up by the gang. The gang had been increasingly threatening and broke into the garage, trashed it and stole tools. Phil was furious about the break-in and blamed Keanu, but Keanu kept quiet as he didn't want to get Dennis into trouble. Keanu was cleaning up the mess at the Arches when Keegan approached him. Keegan warned Keanu and told him that this was how trouble with gangs started. Keegan said that he wasn't losing anyone else this year, following Shakil's death. Keanu realized that Keegan was right and he went to the Mitchells, intent on confessing everything. But Keanu backed off after being persuaded by a nervous Dennis to leave. The gang texted Dennis and he showed Keanu the message. Keanu decided to protect Dennis. He set up a meeting with the gang and warned Dennis to stay away. But Dennis couldn't resist hiding and watching nearby as Keanu confronted the gang and recorded them gloating about trashing the garage. But then the gang spotted Dennis. The gang descended on Dennis, and when Keanu tried to intervene, both were violently beaten up. They were only saved by a furious Phil who chased them off. Phil and Sharon were furious at Keanu and assumed that he was the one in trouble with the gang. Keanu still covered for Dennis until the boy finally admitted to his parents that Keanu had been trying to protect him and the situation was completely his fault. It was too little, too late for Phil, who then rounded on Keanu, demanding to know why he hadn't told Phil and Sharon about the gang and Dennis. Phil threw Keanu out. But later, Sharon saw the young mechanic in the square. He was still bleeding and she thanked him for looking out for her son. She told him that the spot she was standing on was where Dennis' father, her late husband, had died. But is that a spark we see, flying between Sharon and Keanu? Phil certainly won't be happy with the next twist in this tale.